What is up, YouTube? Today we are doing part 2 of the dirt bike project. For the past couple days I've been taking the motor apart, and I was trying to take this whole thing apart to replace this shaft, but after taking this plate off and seeing that there's a crack right here, I was thinking, like, fuck, I don't want to take this whole thing apart, replace this, and then this crack ends up blowing up the whole motor and ripping this whole thing apart. So what I'm going to do is just put it all back together, ride it until either the motor blows up or something goes wrong, and then either keep the bike for parts or end up completely rebuilding the motor. I know you guys really think I should rebuild this motor, but I've spent way too much money on this thing already. I really want to ride it, and I'm tired of spending money on it. So what I'm going to do is just put it all back together. I already bought a gasket set for this. This was $50 at MR Motorcycle. I also bought a couple grips because I don't have grips. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it back together. Once the motor blows up, or if it blows up, hopefully it won't. Hopefully it's not that big of an issue. I mean, it's, you know, the shaft does wobble a little bit. Not that big, but you know, these motors get into some serious RPM, and it may just end up getting worse. It may end up making this crack go all the way and end up breaking this thing, and oil is spilling everywhere. And then once that happens, I'm gonna be screwed, or looking at either a new motor or another $500 to rebuild the entire engine. So I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, I guess. But for now, I'm just gonna put it back together and ride it until it blows up. Hopefully I remember how to put it back together. I kind of just took this whole thing apart and, you know, laid parts everywhere. I'm not, you know, I did not remember where each of the bolts went. I do not have a service manual. I don't feel like spending $80 for one either, so I'm just gonna do my best, hopefully not forget anything, and yeah, I'm just gonna start putting it back together. Okay, so I finally got the motor put back together, and seems to be looking fine. I can't really see anything wrong with it, and hopefully I put in all the parts that went in there originally. Now, all I gotta do is simply put it back in the frame and put the plastics back on, put the carburetor on, put the radiator on, hook all that stuff up, get the air filter on, and all that fun stuff. Then it's ready for a test ride. Okay, so I finally put this thing back together, and I'm finally ready to see if it runs or not. I wanted to film me putting it back together, but I ended up not doing it because it took me over 3 days, and I was like working on it here and there, and I'll be honest, it's kind of a pain in the ass to set the camera up and film me working on something, then I gotta move the camera. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but anyway, I ended up not doing it. I know these past 2 videos have been just me talking the whole time, which is pretty boring, but almost done with the talking and ready to finally see if this thing runs or not. I ended up buying almost everything I need for this project. The only thing I didn't buy was the Kickstarter, which is the thing I need the most right now. So the 2 ways I can start it are either kickstarting it, or bump starting it, which I don't really want to do because A, the clutch is kind of questionable. B, I've never ridden a dirt bike in my life, so I really don't want to flip this thing trying to start it. And or what I could do is take this plate off. There's a crankshaft right there with a bolt, and I could just take one of my drills and put on that bolt and spin it that way and try to start it that way. I may end up doing that just because it's probably gonna be the easiest, and I may not kill myself with doing that. So yeah, this thing's put back together, but I do need to add oil. I do need to add radiator fluid and all that stuff. I'm not really sure how much water to antifreeze I should use. Is this antifreeze? Yeah. Somebody said that I should use all antifreeze. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. I'm pretty sure that's not correct. But I'm just gonna do what I do in my truck, which is a little bit, mostly water, and then the rest is that. So works for my truck, should work for this. Next is I also got to mix the 2-stroke gas, which I don't have that plastic cup that tells me the ratio, so I gotta go buy that. So therefore I gotta go to MR again for like the 9th time for this project. Anyway, yeah, super excited, finally ready to see if this thing runs or not. I'll be honest, I will be very pissed if this thing does not run and it needs either carburetor work or more issues or something's broken. If that happens, I will probably just move on to the next project. So yeah, enough of me talking. I know you guys get really tired of that. I know I get tired of me talking. Finally ready to see if this thing's going to start. Alright, let's see if it starts. Damn it. Holy crap, it runs. Just that starting made it all worth it. Oh, that made it all worth it. Thank God this thing runs. Holy shit. Okay, holy crap, this thing runs. I'm really relieved because I was expecting this to like not run, have carburetor issues, or it does need a little bit of tuning, which it's not that big of a deal. It did have a low idle. I also had a leak in the exhaust system right there. That's probably easy to fix. I also have a leak in the coolant system, kind of leaks on this seal right here, but again, that's not that big of an issue. At least it runs. Now, I'm not sure if there's clutch issues. I'm really hoping that there's none, and really hoping that this thing is just completely done, ready to ride. Yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe, and have a nice day.